Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Derrick Avenue, in association with the Cargill Community Project, presents our annual Spring Fish Fry on Saturday, May 20th, to be held at Cool Runnings Jerk Center, 1785 Derrick Avenue in the Bronx. Ticket donations $30. All proceeds will go to the Cargill Community Project. This event is from noon until 8 p.m. For tickets and more information, you can contact Cool Runnings Restaurant at 718-324-7484 or 347-961-6785. That's 347-961-6785. And remember, this is our year-to-year Cargill Community Project Spring Fish Fry. Make it a date, and you better not be late. See you there.
Hi, I'm Lady D Denise Gomez, and I have exciting interview segments and features inside the zone. For recording artists, you can sing. Well, Inside the Zone, second Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. is for you. Writers, share your story, no man, in From the Author's Zone on third Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Male Zone has unbelievably juicy stories of love, heartbreak, and triumph. 7 p.m. has never been this good. On Mondays, it's news, talk, engaging features at 7 in the Monday Drive. And Center Stage has everyone talking on Thursdays. Be a part of the show. Email me insidethezone@gmail.com or call me 914-304-2592.
It is about time. It is about time. It's about time. It's about time. My voice hits the airwaves. Good evening, everyone. Thursday. Yeah. Hi, everyone. You don't know how good it feels to be here to do what I love to do. This is when I am at my best. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is what I love to do. I really, really love this. I get to talk, I get to unwind, I get to do what I am inspired to do. Yeah, it's another Thursday. It has been a busy season for many of us, and I am not gonna just talk words, but I too am feeling the pangs of busyness. We're just busy, so we work, then we go do something else, then we have this to meet and that to meet, not even people to see so much, just doing stuff. Anyway, we're here and we're glad, aren't we? Good evening, family. You're my family, and I am your producer and presenter, Lady D, Denise Gomez. Welcome to another edition of Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Broadcast on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM on Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com, and Touch FM Radio 90.1, as well as Inside the Zone YouTube channel. This evening's featured program is Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Inside the Zone is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nareed Avenue in the Bronx. Good evening to everyone. Hope you're supporting my sponsor, Please do. ITZ, that's the acronym for Inside the Zone, is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities: family, health, finance, education, immigration, housing, wealth management, life and health insurance, real estate, and food issues. Food insecurity. Are you secured enough in having food to last you for a very long time? I don't know. The show is broadcast on Monday 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursday 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're sitting down, walking, driving, doing something productive at least, or if it's simply your downtime, then I'm here to take you right through to 8 o'clock. Coming up, Inspirational Zone, we get a praise on with great gospel music, followed by New Zone, a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Music Zone, it's a little of this and a little of that Thursday. What's inside the zone? Cultivating unconditional self-worth. Cultivating unconditional self-worth. And in Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. From the subject line, should I give her a second chance? Should I give her a second chance? That's the question. In Center Stage, who's that lady? Who's that lady? Ines Turner. Many of you perhaps recall hearing that name, Ines Turner. She's now the head track and field coach at Fayetteville State University. She is a Jamaican Olympian, a past student of my alma mater, Very Technical High School. So we will be talking this evening about her success and what she's been doing and all of that. Stick and stay with me. 27 minutes after 6 o'clock. Howdy, howdy, Medea, Medea. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. I would like to get the show started. How about you? Are you ready to get your praise on? It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Music on a Thursday. Hey, my name is Lady D.
For you today, there's only one thing that I want to do. Everybody say, I just wanna. Hey, boy, you don't even mind. For the blessing that I cannot see. Everybody, I just wanna. With a grateful love, with a grateful love.
Yes, music on a Thursday evening. Of course, we're just saying thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. 6:31 p.m. Good evening, everyone. My name is Denise, Lady D Gomez, and of course, it's great music kicking off in my inspirational zone right here on the show, Inside of the Zone. Today's feature is Center Stage, and we're continuing with... And we're continuing our feature of Women's History Month. And so I'm hoping that you are tuning in. You don't want to stop tuning in. You're just on a high with me this evening. And when you're on a high with me, you know, when I'm taking you down, I take you down nice and easy.
Everybody
Yeah, 6:35 p.m. That's Inspirational Zone for you. Tussin B, Praise Unlimited medley. But I gotta rap. I gotta bring it down. It's Inspirational Zone. We get our praise on. You can keep stomping your feet and clapping your hands. Keep the melody alive in your mind, and it's just gonna get you feel like you're just. Sure. 6:35 p.m. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Zone, feature of Center Stage. And, of course, Women's History Month continues. So I do have features centered around women and interview and all of that. Looking forward to hearing your voices at 7 o'clock for Male Zone. Your emails are my priority, and we want to ask the question, should I give her a second chance? That's the question in From the Subject Line. It's now time for News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, March 23, 2023. Residents of Maca Hill and adjoining communities in southeast St. Mary are now receiving more reliable water supply. This follows the installation of the Maca Hill Pipeline Replacement Project. The $31 million investment was officially commissioned into service recently by Minister with Responsibility for Water, Senator Matthew Samuda.
The Maca Hill community has been plagued with intermittent supply since 2005. Due to the growth in population in Highgate as well as a limited water supply, that has led to the particular challenges.
Minister Samuda points out that over the last 3 fiscal years, government has increased access to potable water for thousands of Jamaicans, particularly in rural parishes. This has been made possible through the Tank and Pump Rehabilitation for Operational Efficiency Improvement Program.
Our rural communities have been without water for far too long, and we are determined to ensure that water systems are commissioned right across the length and breadth of this country.
Meanwhile, pipeline expansion work is scheduled to begin next month on areas of the Greater Mandeville Water Supply Improvement Project. This is expected to supply flow to residents of the Pepper community, situated on the border of Manchester and St. Elizabeth, along with adjoining areas.
We've done an assessment of this area and others which are very close by, and what exists is simply not suitable to provide the water for the communities, which obviously you know, because when you turn on your pipes you don't get reliable water supply. And that's not something that sits well with me, and I've given a commitment to MP Slowly that first of all, the work for this community, which will involve a 3-kilometer extension of the 1-kilometer pipe, will commence in April.
Minister Matthew Samuda gave the update to residents during a tour of the community earlier this month.
So you have my word that the pipe will extend 2 kilometers longer than it currently runs, so 200% increase, with a new pipe that will provide reliable water flows from the existing well that will significantly improve the flows to the community of Pepper.
He says work will also commence shortly to repair and restore a 50,000-gallon tank that has been decommissioned for some time. This will significantly improve supply flows and create resilience. Patient care at the University Hospital of the West Indies, UHWI, is expected to be boosted by the acquisition of 18 new Philips IntelliVue monitors, valued at over $20 million. The patient monitors were donated by the Culture, Health, Arts, Sports, and Education Chase Fund and the Masonic Homes Limited. They were handed over by Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, on Tuesday.
We appreciate the gift that has been delivered here to UHWI. It will make the institution a lot better, more efficient in terms of patient care.
The monitors, which display color-coded vital signs, will assist doctors and nurses in ECG and respiratory monitoring, as well as the monitoring of patients' blood pressure and oxygen levels.
We already have 23 in our ICU A and ICU B, which is connected to our central monitoring system. And we are almost doubling the capacity in terms of monitoring beds today.
With 3 confirmed cases of viral conjunctivitis, or pink eye, in Westmoreland, the parish's health department is urging residents to take precautions to prevent an outbreak. Surveillance data shows that the 3 cases were confirmed in the Negril Health District and were detected in children ages 2, 3, and 5. Health Promotion and Education Officer for the parish, Gerald Miller, tells JIS News that while there is currently no outbreak, He's advising the public to take steps to lower their risk of becoming infected with pink eye. These measures include washing hands regularly, limiting handshakes, and wearing eye protection when exposed to wind, dust, heat, or sun to avoid irritation. Persons are also being urged to avoid touching the eyes unnecessarily or sharing eye makeup, eye medicines, and contact lenses, containers, and solutions. Mr. Miller says the health department has notified its stakeholders and has been conducting sensitization activities to boost awareness.
Pink eye is contagious. We are using this medium now to engage our stakeholders and to alert our stakeholders. We would have sent information to the development officers who work with the Early Childhood Commission. And we also inform the education officer for Westmoreland.
He's urging parents to visit the nearest health center if their children are experiencing symptoms of the virus. Signs of pink eye include redness and watery eyes, itchy and or burning eyes, grainy feeling in the eyes, and hypersensitivity to light. Most people will recover from the virus within 7 to 10 days without medical treatment. Jamaica is exploring the use of mined-out lands for the cultivation of black castor beans to tap into the huge global market. Minister of State in the Ministry of Transport and Mining, J.C. Hutchinson, outlined the initiative at a recent Castor Industry Forum organized by the Jamaica Bauxite Institute, JBI.
So, while this gives us a unique product with multiple benefits, it also allows us to rehabilitate the lands. I've been in dialogue with several stakeholders who have already invested in the castor bean. We have dedicated small and large plots of land to plant, and I have seen them growing, and they have been doing extremely well on many of these soils.
Minister Hutchinson says Jamaica will need to have a structured program to ensure there is a consistent supply of the beans. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Pernell Charles Jr., adds that there is much to be done to fully capitalize on the global castor oil market, which is valued at $75 to $100 million.
Acknowledging Jamaica black castor oil as liquid gold is a good start. It's a good start. But there's a lot of work we have to do to make sure that we organize ourselves, to ensure that we train and that we upskill so we can maximize the potential of this liquid gold.
And finally, the Jamaica Urban Transit Company and the Road Safety Unit of the Ministry of Transport and Mining is appealing to students to end the alarming trend of running alongside JUTC buses in the downtown Kingston lay-by. According to a statement from the Transport Ministry, in recent weeks there have been reported incidents of students from schools in downtown Kingston running alongside buses in the bus park in an
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that was a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Good evening to everyone. Welcome back. It's Center Stage.
Practice has attracted growing concern as it poses a serious risk to the students as well as the safety of other passengers and road users. Corporate Communications Manager at the JUTC, Cecil Toms, says similar behavior was witnessed in the latter part of December 2022 and unfortunately seems to continue even now. An urgent appeal is being made to school officials and parents to speak with their children about the dangers of running after and alongside buses and the general importance of practicing road safety while commuting to and from school. They're also being reminded to encourage students to stand on the curb and wait for the buses to come to a complete stop before approaching them. Persons should approach the bus from the front and wait for the driver to open the door and are not to push or shove other passengers. Director of the Road
Alrighty, we're having some delayed issues there, but that was a rebroadcast of the news, courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. 6:44 p.m. My name is Denise. Lady D. Gomez, welcome. It's Center Stage. Get yourselves pumped up and ready to go. Are you feeling tired? Just say, come on, self. And give yourselves a shake up. I'm doing that for myself. 6:44, I'd like to say hi to CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, Touch FM Radio 90.1, and to our avid listeners of Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM, and to my YouTubers on the YouTube channel. Good evening to you. Don't forget, YouTubers, to share. And those of you who are listening and you want to watch the show live, you can see me on my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone with Lady D. I'm there this evening in my braids, flowing here long, and my spectacles and all of that. Good evening to my friends, family, wherever you are. It's a pleasure having you. And, you know, I never assume that you know who I am. So I'm Jamaican and I reside here in Foreign. And I was born in Kingston and I went to Clarendon when I was 7. When I'm wrapping up the show, you'll hear some more about me. So good evening to you. And if you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. 6:45. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Don't forget that
Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, in association with the Cargill Community Project, presents our annual Spring Fish Fry on Saturday, May 20th, to be held at Cooler Runnings Jerk Center, 1785 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Ticket donations $30. All proceeds will go to the Cargill Community Project. This event is from noon until 8 p.m. For tickets and more information, you can contact Cooler Runnings Restaurant at 718-324-7484 or 347-961-6785. That's 347-961-6785. And remember, this is our year-to-year Cargill Community Project Spring Fish Fry. Make it a date, and you better not be late. See you there.
don't be late. And on Monday past, my supporter and one of my YouTubers and good buddy, Ryan King Wallace. Ryan says he's sponsoring 4 tickets, but the catch is you have to be a new subscriber. So if you have not yet subscribed, just pop into the chat and say, I just subscribed. And that's how we'll be able to identify you. So if you'd like to get the tickets to go to the fish fry, and you came on, you've never subscribed before, subscribe now, and we'll be able to give those fish fry tickets away. Thank you, Ryan. And Ryan has been really a good supporter to the show, sponsored a young woman to go to university in Jamaica. You can't get it any better than that. So I never underestimate people and what they can do, because he has done it. So thank you. 6:48 p.m. Of course, we're in Women's History Month, and I have a brief feature for you this evening. We have to be encouraging and uplifting our women. So welcome to the segment.
I have struggled with feelings of unworthiness for as long as I can remember. From the outside, my life looked pretty perfect when I was growing up. My parents had a happy marriage, were supportive, and earned enough for us to be more than comfortable. I was mostly happy, but I also had a deep sense that something was wrong with me. My most painful moments were at parties. When I went to black parties, my friends made fun of me because I was rhythmically challenged and I couldn't get my awkward middle school body to mimic the latest dance moves. As the only black girl at parties associated with my predominantly white school, I was never chosen to dance. I was never the object of anyone's attention. I felt like I didn't belong. So around age 12, I decided that the way to cure these feelings of unworthiness was perfection. Simple, right? If I was just perfect, then I would fit in. I would be chosen. I would really be happy. So I threw myself into formal dance classes, worked hard in school, and tried to be a supportive and selfless friend. My self-esteem was high when I got good grades and felt included, but crashed when I didn't do well academically or was left out. In college, busyness became my key strategy for trying to feel worthy. I juggled classes and tutoring and the Black Student Union and student government and a sorority and a gospel choir and a step team, barely giving myself time to breathe, to think, to be. After college, my attention turned to trying to find a relationship to fill the void. The anxiety and ups and downs I experienced in this quest were exhausting. I remember going out to bars and clubs, and just like in junior high, was rarely the one chosen to dance. I began to question my attractiveness. Would my brown skin and kinky hair be accepted by a potential partner? Despite these questions, I held on to the hope that if I could just find someone to love me, then I would finally feel worthy. I'll let you in on a secret. None of it worked. Not the perfectionism, the busyness, the relationships. Well, maybe some of it did for a moment. Right after starting a new relationship or getting a good grade, I felt worthy. But soon enough, my feelings of self-worth slipped away, and I was on to pursuing the next thing. As soon as I reached the bar I had set for my worth, it was raised. Have you ever experienced that? I'm standing here today because after several years of therapy, spiritual growth, and a PhD in clinical psychology, I have begun to cultivate an unconditional self-worth. I'm shedding the belief that I'm not good enough, the anxiety that not doing things perfectly or meeting the right person means that I'm not okay. I'm embracing myself, quirks and all. And this new path is liberating, enlivening, and life-giving. Let me share what I've learned with you in the hopes that you'll join me on this journey to unconditional self-worth. You may be wondering if this is just another talk on self-esteem. No. Self-worth is distinct from self-esteem. Our self-esteem is derived from our abilities, accomplishments, social positions, and things we believe we can achieve. We can bolster our self-esteem by improving our skills or performance, and our self-esteem goes up and down depending on how we're doing in various aspects of our lives. In contrast, unconditional self-worth is distinct from our abilities and accomplishments. It's not about comparing ourselves to others. It's not something that we can have more or less of. Unconditional self-worth is the sense that you deserve to be alive, to be loved and cared for, to take up space. As a clinical psychologist, I believe that pervasive low self-worth is a root cause of mental illness. And over the last decade, we've seen a rise in mental illness throughout the US and the world. According to the World Health Organization, depression is the leading cause of ill health and disability worldwide. Think about that for a moment. The leading cause of illness and disability is not diabetes, physical injury, or cancer. The leading cause of ill health and disability throughout the world is depression. Additionally, according to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, 40 million people over the age of 18 suffer from anxiety disorders. That's almost 5 times the number of people living in New York City. Low self-worth can lead to anxiety and depression. It can lead people to opt out of life and numb out on drugs and alcohol, even attempt suicide, because the pain of feeling unworthy is too much to bear. I have sat with hundreds of students at one of the top universities in the country, and when we explore their concerns and dig to the root, we often find that they are struggling with a deep sense of unworthiness. So how did we get here? How do we get to a place where so many of us struggle with low self-worth? A place where more and more people are living with mental illness and addiction. I believe there are many factors that cause us to feel this way. Advertisements tell us that we need to buy things to be loved, accepted, or to succeed. Our educational system teaches us that our worthiness as students is based on our grades or test scores. Our parents may have implied that they'd love us more if we made the honor roll or the varsity team. Those of us who have experienced abuse, sexual assault, and trauma may question our personhood and very right to exist. And as social media pervades our lives, we have begun to feel that our worthiness is based on the number of followers we have and likes we get. Whatever the cause, for many of us, our self-worth is tied to our accomplishments and possessions. And as soon as we fail or lose approval, we experience low self-worth. Unconditional self-worth is the antidote to low self-worth. Unconditional self-worth is a way out of self-criticism, shame, and unhealthy behavior. It is a way out of depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. It is time for us to base our worth on the fact that we are human, to cultivate a worth that persists even when life does not go as we hoped. So what keeps us from cultivating unconditional self-worth? Some people may fear that if they get too satisfied with themselves, they won't be motivated to grow and change. Others may feel that accepting themselves as worthy would be arrogant. And some may simply believe that feeling worthy is impossible. I often wonder what the world would look like if we all cultivated unconditional self-worth. What would you find the courage to do if you knew you were worthy? What would you dare to dream if your self-worth wasn't at stake? What would you stop doing if you knew you were already worthy? I believe people would resolve conflicts without violence, that more people would dare to do amazing things. I believe that if our self-worth wasn't on the line, the world would look a lot better and more peaceful for all of us. Now that's a reimagining worthy of our consideration. So how do we make this vision real? Cultivating unconditional self-worth is an ongoing practice. Here are 4 ways you can begin to feel more worthy, starting right here, right now. First, forgive yourself. Many of us struggle to feel worthy because we are angry with ourselves about past mistakes. Forgiveness involves acknowledging and accepting what has happened. Acceptance releases us from blaming ourselves and others and allows us to move forward. To forgive yourself, reflect on the circumstances that led to past mistakes, acknowledge the pain you experienced, and identify what you learned from the situation. Then say to yourself, I forgive you, in an honest and kind way. Second, practice self-acceptance. I think many of us struggle with low self-worth because we think there's something wrong with us, and we refuse to accept ourselves the way we are. We receive so many messages that we are not okay the way we are. We're told that we need to change our bodies, our clothes, our jobs, even our personalities to be acceptable. See if you can let go of the thoughts you have about how you think you should, feel, look, and be different. Instead, focus on the things you like about yourself. And over time, begin to embrace your quirks, your awkward laugh, your crooked smile, your unusual way of thinking about things. Through this acceptance, you are acknowledging that you are worthy just the way you are.
And with that, I close the segment, Cultivating Unconditional Self-Worth. I hope that her words of inspiration inspired you, because somewhere along that presentation, I'm sure we were able to identify a particular trait that has haunted us or continues to haunt us. Cultivate unconditional self-worth. It's Inside the Zone. My name is Denise, Lady D. Gomez. Welcome everyone to the show. 7 o'clock. What time is it? The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. I'd like you to support my sponsor. They're located at 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. And right here on Inside the Zone, I have so much more to offer you.
Hi, I'm Lady D Denise Gomez, and I have exciting interview segments and features inside the zone. For recording artists, you can sing. Well, Inside the Zone, second Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. is for you. Writers, share your story, no man, in From the Author's Zone on third Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Male Zone has unbelievably juicy stories of love, heartbreak, and triumph. 7 p.m. has never been this good. On Mondays, it's news, talk, engaging features at 7 in the Monday Drive. And Center Stage has everyone talking on Thursdays. Be a part of the show. Email me insidethezone@gmail.com or call me 914-304-2592.
I'm like Miss Cleo to the second power. 7:02 p.m. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. If you're just joining me, it's another edition of Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez, and I'm connecting with you. To my viewers on YouTube, I'd like to say welcome to you. Of course, I have my family over there. And I'd also like to say that there are viewers who I'm not seeing unless you say hi to me in the chat so I can give you your shout out by name. There's nothing I can do. Coming up at 7:30 p.m., I do have an interview with Inez Turner. She is the head track and field coach at Fayetteville State University. She is an Olympian, a Jamaican Olympian, and past student of Veer Technical High School. So you may or may not know of her, but she's definitely the lady you want to hear about. Tune in at 7:30 p.m. It is now 3 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome to Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority.
Always brand new. Right from the jump, we had a hunch that we had everything. Perfect combination. Love plus you and me. A perfect combination. We couldn't ask for any better.
Not at all, not at all. And I'd like to hop on over into our mailbox. Let's see what's going on over there. This is a talked about segment here on the show called Inside the Zone. There are people who are emailing me, and I've had to say, okay, this segment is taking off. Wonder what else I can do with it. And so, of course, I'd like to say hello to everyone. It's now time for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority, and I'd like to hear your feedback at the end of this letter that I got in the email. The telephone number to call me is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Looking forward to chatting up with you. From the subject line, should I give her a second chance? Dear Lady D, my fiancé and I were in love and then something happened. 2 weeks ago, as I sat in a restaurant while waiting to be served, a woman walked up to my table and complimented me on my suit. It was lunch hour and the restaurant was buzzing with white-collar professionals. But, on the other hand, I was sitting in this space for the first time after an interview an hour earlier. When she approached me, my first thought was that she was beautiful. However, I thought nothing more as she asked me if she could sit at my table, since no tables were available and she did not want to stand at the bar. I told her it was okay for her to sit, and I continued scrolling through my phone. Unfortunately, I forgot to tell her my fiancé was going to lunch with me. Lady D, I was raised by Christian parents who taught me how to respect women and dedicate myself to one woman. At 45 years old, I was ready to settle down and be with the woman I had been with for 2 years. But here, at that moment, the woman sitting across the table started a conversation with me. She began telling me about her job and what she does, and we shared professional notes. I told her I had interviewed for my dream job, and she wished me well. During our conversation, my fiancé and I were texting each other. I told the woman that my fiancé would arrive in a few minutes. She said she understood and would allow her to take her place when she came. And so my fiancé texted me to say she was parking in the parking lot and would be in shortly. As the woman at my table got up, she said she would pray that I get the job and thanked me for allowing her to sit at the table. I asked her if she was a Christian, and she said yes. I went on to ask her for the name and address of the church. She wrote it on a notepad and handed it to me. Lady D, as she gave me the note, my fiancé walked into the restaurant and, in a jealous fit, shouted across the room, "Bitch, you better take back that note." At first I did not recognize her voice because the venomous tone shocked everyone in the restaurant. I sat there in disbelief. The woman backed away from me, and my fiancé ran across the room. Like a movie scene, she rushed up and slapped the woman across her face. I jumped up and held her hands. And, like a demon-possessed woman, she kept screaming uncontrollably. I'm telling you the truth. Never has she done anything like that before in the 2 years I have known her. A few people came to help me walk her out of the restaurant. And even then, she kept screaming, "Leave my man alone! Leave my man alone!" When I got to my car, I had to force her to sit in her seat. And even then, she was throwing slanderous words at me. I kept telling her to control herself because she had taken what she saw out of context, but she would not listen. But you know what, Lady D? The most hurtful part of it was I was going to propose to her that day. But unfortunately, the ring in my pocket never came out. So I called her father and told him what had happened. He drove and met us at the restaurant and took her home. He was the only one in her family who knew I would ask his daughter to marry me. After the incident, I told her parents I needed a break. I could no longer have a relationship with their daughter. She called my phone several times, pleading with me to forgive her, but something in me could not see her the same way again. It is obvious she's jealous, but was pretending the entire time. Should I give her a second chance? That's it. That's it. That's the letter. What are your thoughts? It's 10 minutes after 7 o'clock. If you'd like to participate in the segment, I invite you to call me now. At 7:30 p.m., I have an interview. So the telephone number is 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. Rage. Rage is something that sometimes you don't see it coming. It rears its ugly head. And people are triggered by a myriad of things for different reasons at different times in different seasons. What's your thought? Give me a call. I wait to hear from you and for you to give her, let's talk and share our concerns. And, let's tell him what we think. Because he broke it off. I think he got scared out of his wits. As we would say, wits end. I think he got very scared. Would you blame him? Should he give her a second chance? He broke it off. What are your thoughts? Give me a call, 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. What are your thoughts? I would love to hear from you.
She's just a girl and she's on fire, hotter than a fantasy, lonely like a highway. She's living in a world and it's on fire, filled with catastrophe, but she knows she can fly away. Oh, she got both feet on the ground and she's burning it down. Oh, she got her head in the clouds and she's not backing down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Looks like a girl, but she's a flame.
I'd like to say hi to Dorothy Scott.
Better look the other way.
Welcome, Dorothy.
Never forget her name.
She's also a Veer girl.
She's on top of the world. Hottest of the hottest girls say, oh.
Are you going to call me? Let me hear your thoughts about this letter.
And we're burning it.
914-600-4228.
Got our head in the clouds and we're not coming down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire.
Good evening. Welcome to Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority.
Good evening, Lady D.
Hello there, my Pat. Nice to hear you. I see you in the chat having a good time.
Of course. And good evening to all my family in the chat and the listeners. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, how are you, Lady D?
I'm not bad. It's been an interesting week, but I'm here.
Yes. A little challenging for me, too. I don't know, this change and spring, the spring weather, I am not adjusting or adapting that easily at all. Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
But anyway, we are above ground. I'm not going to complain. We are above ground. I have a lot to be thankful for.
I'm there with you.
Yes. All right. Okay, now let's get to the order of business.
Yes.
In response to your letter. I am usually a forgiving person, and I don't think this has anything to do with forgiveness where this young man is concerned. Quite frankly, the behavior that his fiancée has exhibited, that's very frightening. And that behavior will resurface again. She has not buried that. Obviously, she has some anger
issues.
Jealousy, anger, or whatever. And the violence she displayed towards that lady, she could have landed in jail.
Of course.
You don't go put your hands on someone, especially slapping them in the face, because you are displaying this jealousy, and you assume that your man is seeing someone else. Oh, no. That's not even ladylike. That's something you need to discuss, because, let's not forget that there are instances where we can see, behaviors get out of control. The man could be having a relationship, but the man would be stupid to be sitting there having a relationship knowing that his fiancée is coming in the restaurant and they were texting each other.
Right.
So she should have do some homework by inquiring, is this one of your former classmates, or whatever, and not display that. I would describe it ghetto behavior. I don't like that kind of behavior, and moreover, if you claim that you're a lady and, this is your fiance and he was being complimented, so he must be a man of substance, you know.
Absolutely.
So, as far as giving her a second chance, he better take sleep and mark death, because he would be digging his grave if he decides that he's going to reconnect his relationship with her. I think he should give it a wide circle and let her go to anger management. She needs some professional help.
And what hurt him so much, he was going to propose to her,
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
When I read that, I'm like, oh, Lord.
Can you imagine if he did propose to her and that happened? Oh, my goodness. So that's why we have to be careful. And I posted in the chat.
Yes.
Anger and rage. Those two behaviors, a lot of people end up being in some precarious situations that they really never bargained for. Some end up in jail. Some end up losing their lives, because of those two emotional roller coasters. We have to put our emotions in check.
Yes.
I
agree.
And I just feel bad for him. I feel bad for her too, because she must have had some underlying problem that was never discussed, never treated, and so just the instance of this man flipping her fiance a note. She doesn't know what's in the note.
Exactly.
There is a saying, Lady B.
Oh, Lord.
Don't you ever assume, because when you assume, you make a of yourself.
Oh, yes, we leave the dead air right there.
We leave it right there, right? Never you assume. We have to know the fact.
Yes.
You've got to get to the facts. And when you get to the facts, then you can deal with the situation. But sometimes things are not usually the way they seem to be. So we have to be careful. Lady D, I'm afraid of courthouse. I'm afraid of the police. I'm afraid of confrontation because I don't want to get locked up.
There you go.
I don't want to go to jail for nobody. I enjoy my freedom. And so there are times I know I could blow up because, it's in us. It's innate in us.
Yes.
But we have to learn to control ourselves and our behavior, and especially when we're out in public, because we can just make a spectacle of ourselves.
Agreed. I agree with you, Pat. Thank you for sharing.
So those are my few words. You're welcome. So I'm listening as usual.
Thank you. All righty. Blessings.
If need be, I will call back.
Yes. Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
That's Pat. So I'd like to say good evening to everyone. Our telephone number once again, 914-600-4228, 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. What's going on out there in your world, in your space? I'm just curious. They say curiosity, whatever, the cat, but I'm just curious as what you're doing. If you'd like to call, once again, don't forget I have an interview coming up at 7:30. It's now 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. Would you like to call? Share your thoughts on this letter this evening. I want to hear from you. But in the meanwhile, until you get it together, then I have stuff in my corner. Can't beat me on that,
I'm a superwoman. I'm a superwoman. Yeah, superwoman. 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 I'm a superwoman.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. It is Mail Zone. That's a segment.
Good evening, Lady D.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Al. Greetings.
Yes, and of course, that's a blessing that guy saw her behavior before they got married.
Yes.
So, things happen in mysterious way. That was a message to him to say this is the nature of what you're going to have to deal with. So, with her pleading and all of that, 2 years is still not a long time. He saw her character, and that could have been someone that's going to give him the job that could make their life better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But she assumed that, it was some kind of some woman trying to take her man away.
Yeah.
And the way she behaved, even if that was the case, she shouldn't have behaved the way she did. She could have did it more appropriately. And I would say to him, no rush into no marriage with this woman. Kind of like, we're going to be good friends right now.
But at this point, because he broke it off. He has not been accepting her calls, And the thing is, he has a good relationship with her father. And he told her father, he was going to propose.
Right.
And this is how it turned out. Very unfortunate.
Yes. And as I said, although it was unfortunate, it was good to see that side of her, so you can make a more accurate decision. And if you do go ahead, at least you know then now the bigger picture of who she is.
Yes, I got you. Thank you, Al.
Great. Shop as usual.
Thank
Lady
you.
D.
I try. Thanks.
No, you're doing it. You're not trying. You're
I'm not
doing
trying.
It.
All
Have a
right.
good evening.
Thanks. I feel like I should take this one from the top. As you know, it's Women's History Month. 25 minutes after 7 o'clock. My interview with Inez Turner coming up in 5 minutes.
I'm a superwoman. Yeah, superwoman. daktari baba, wasikari dada, tunawaza no process. I'm a superwoman. I'm a superwoman. Yeah, superwoman. 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 Ujasiri silaha yetu. Kujituma ndo sana. Umoja ndo nguvu yetu. Na kushikamana. Jitokeze kugombea nafasi mbalimbali. Pingamizi hakuna, inahitaji utayari. Wewe unaweza, mimi nimeweza. Kwani wewe ushindwe na nini na mimi niweze na nini?
Mwanamke ngangari, mwanamke hodari, anayejiamini, baba lete chumvi, yeye alete sukari. Mwanamke so tu vipodozi na vipicha vya kichokozi. Squeezy mwanaume anapenda mwanamke ajitume na chape kazi.
Sasa vikundi vya kusaidiana, vikoba vyetu ushindi tunakopeshana. Kubwa kwenye uongozi tumepata mtetezi, Mama Samia oye.
Wanawake uvuvi, ualimu, urubani unahodha, nchi kuongoza. Udaktari baba, wasikari mama. Yeah, I'm a superwoman. I'm a superwoman. I'm a superwoman. That's what I am. Yeah, superwoman. Yeah, superwoman.
Yeah, I'm a fighting. Yes, I'm so exciting. Hustle for my own, don't care about fighting. You know I can be queen and also be king. Superwoman, give me the championship ring.
Nilianza changa changa kamtaji kangu cha kanga. Biashara ya genge kanipatia kiwanja. Sasa na shishi food. Kifupi life is good. Na numbers kibanda. Aya, kina dada wote msilale. Tena msilale. Amkeni muda sasa. Oh, jokati mwekelo. Asharozi migiro. Mama Dangote. Mama Rakatale. Mama Nyerere. Tulia Ackson. Mama Janet Magufuli.
Wow, great music for you. 29 minutes after 7 o'clock. And Ines will be calling me in a few minutes. More music for you.
I'm a superwoman. I'm a superwoman. Yeah, superwoman. 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 I'm a superwoman. I'm a superwoman. Yeah, superwoman. 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 Mwanamke ni mama, mwalimu wa kwanza duniani, tumboni alitubeba.
These African women can sing so.
Fundisha.
Zile zama za mwanamke hawezi, hapana. Squeezy hakuna.
I'm absolutely sure this is my guest online. Hello.
Hello, hi, I'm here.
Yes, I'm saying I'm absolutely sure this is my guest online.
Yes, it is.
It is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Who's That Lady? And my lady in question this evening is Ines Turner. head track and field coach at Fayetteville State University, Jamaican Olympian, past student of their technical high school, and I've added to that, you may or may not know her, but she's definitely the lady you want to hear about. Good evening, Inez Turner.
Well, good evening, Lady D, and thank you so much for having me.
I tell you, a friend of mine posted a picture of you on Facebook, and he had picked up your information. And I said, aha, that was my aha moment. I said, I need to find Inez and extend an invite in Women's History Month because your resume, I'm telling you, people don't, there are a lot of people who may not remember you, but there are many who do. And I would like you to take them back in time. But before we do anything of that nature, let me kick it off, this interview segment that is, with my theme song for Women's History Month. Stay with me, Inez. Don't go anywhere. And I'd like to say Inez Turner is my Moses this evening in Who's That Lady for Women's History Month. Inez, welcome once again to the show. And if you'd like to say your hellos right now, go right ahead and do so.
Well, definitely. I just want to say I'm so happy I'm a part of this. And, I just want to say hello to all the people in New York who remember Inez Turner. And for those who don't, just remember that she is the first of the Turner sister to start distant running in Jamaica. Pen relays. I know there's a lot of people who know about pen relays. And so I'm the five times on the Wall of Fame at the pen relay, the only male or female athlete to ever be on the Wall of Fame at the pen relays 5 times. And, the list goes on and on. I'm going to say to everyone, you want to know more about Inez, just Google the name, no man.
And there you go. And she will pop up in multiple platforms. She's available. Inez, you are a force in track and field, and you are a phenomenal lady. You wear the hat of head track and field coach at Fayetteville State University. And I'd like you to share the backstory behind your illustrious career at FSU.
Wow. Well, it's just amazing. I came in from Winston-Salem State University. I stayed there for 8 years and came to Fayetteville State 2017, and I remembered the AD, just give me a call saying, hey, Inez, I need to find someone, and for some reason, I it's like God says, you need to go there. You are a builder. I think I am truly a builder because I came here, no track, no nothing. We went to a middle school to do some training, and at that time, the program was, they just wanted to revitalize the program. They had not have track and field for since 2000. And so when I got here in 2017, we won cross country women, and every year after that we won for the first time in school history, women's indoors, and we won 2 more times after that. So it's just truly a blessing. Call myself a builder because I truly believe Veer Technical High School, wait a bit high school, wait a bit elementary olive school, they prepared me for this.
Yes, congratulations. Now, I know that we'll be talking some more as the interview progresses, but you have shared some of the highs of your career over the years, and you just shared a few just now. But what about the lows?
And I know a lot of people will be like, you know what, there are highs and there are lows. Absolutely there are, because I believe the highs and the lows is what makes us who we are. I do have some lows. I am going to surely be honest with you. My lows when it comes on to, when I was an athlete is losing a race. I'm just going to be honest with you because I just love to be successful. I want to be the best. And as a coach now in my career, I hate losing, and then especially losing by a point or two. And those are kind of the little part where I wouldn't say it's the lows because it's what helps you to get to the highs. But I honestly look at the lows, lows coming here and there. I look at them as challenges, challenges that makes you stronger. And again, I look at the human life, our life, the end of the day, we do have some personal issues, things coming back and forth. I honestly cannot pinpoint many lows because when they come, I definitely trample them and look up and say, look, you come to make me get to my eyes.
Sure. I love that. That's like saying, devil, I'm trampling on you,
Yes,
That's right. Now, what was the transition like for you coming to the United States? Did you have support to get you acclimated?
It wasn't easy. However, I make it easy because I have my family and I was eager for more success. As the first woman, I told myself when I was at Vertec, and the late Mr. Orton, if he was alive, he would confirm this. I tell myself I was going to be the first Jamaican woman to go under 2 minutes in the 800. And not only did I achieve that, I was also the first woman of the English-speaking Caribbean country to go under 2 minutes. So nobody cannot take that away from me. I feel good about that. And from there, I just tell myself that, I'm going to come here. I got the scholarship, thank God. But it was not easy. However, I just think about what I needed to do. I just focus on, what, I have to come up, help my family, make use of the opportunity, graduate, and definitely go on and do a little pro and get some money. And
Of course.
I did not definitely stay on, hey, it was hard. I take the opportunity, even though it was at Barton County at first. We had a great coach, Randy Cole. It was such a father to us and a coach away from home. And, again, it wasn't a bed of roses, but guess what? We start loving track and field even more because I knew then that this is what I needed to get me on top to help my family.
Yes. You're doing great. 20 minutes to 8 o'clock. We'd like to say good evening to everyone tuning in. As a matter of fact, I know that there are persons who are popping into the YouTube channel simply because I also posted it in the Very Technical group. They have a group in WhatsApp, and so I posted it in there. And for those of you, I see Verona, Fancy Free, don't you?
Yes.
Okay,
definitely.
so Fancy is my resource data person. If you want to find anyone, talk to Fancy. She has a number and she has a name, and she was very instrumental in connecting us.
Hey, Fancy.
Yes, she was instrumental in connecting us here this evening. So, I did a bit of research, and your participation in international championships began from 1988. Would that be correct, based on the research?
Correct.
Through
You got it.
to 1997. And in that, it gave us a breakdown of all the championships that you were a part of. So in 88, the Carifta Games in Jamaica. In 89, Carifta in Bridgetown, Barbados. And also in 89, Carifta in Kingston. Then it took us to 1990, Central American and Caribbean Junior Championships. That was in Cuba, Havana. And also the World Junior Championships in Bulgaria. The Carifta Games for the Under-20 in Port of Spain in Trinidad and Tobago. Then in 91, and need I say, you came first. I'm looking at all the highlighted firsts in yellow. Right? So that should be noted, both in 4x4 and 800 meters. And then in 93, the Central American and Caribbean Championships in Cali, Colombia, you came third in the 800 meters with 52.64. And in the World Champs in Stuttgart in Germany, you came fourth. And with the 4x4, right? So that's a team. And the Commonwealth Games in 94 in Victoria in Canada, you came first. And in the 800 and second with the 4x4. And then there was the World Indoor Championships. That's in Barcelona in Spain. You came sixth with the 800 meters. Then in 95, so all of that was in 95. In 96, the Olympic Games in Atlanta, USA. And you competed in the 800, the 4x4, right? And the World Indoor Championships in Paris in France. And in 97, the World Championships in Athens in Greece, in which you came third with the 4x4. So you've had quite a career. And I could perhaps just count so we let them know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 first place.
Wow.
You got between 88 and 97. So for persons, and I had to make emphasis in this regard because I wanted people to remember who you were. Yes, you're here in the United States. You're at Fayetteville, but not many people are as connected to track and field as we would think.
Yeah.
And so I just want to say congratulations to you. Inez, you know, you have outdone yourself, and you continue now to mentor and train athletes who are still in this game, which can be very, very strenuous, both on the physical, the mental, the emotional, right? And I'm sure you're there for them. You're there for them. Now, many people have heard of you or not, but could you take us back to that girl in Jamaica who went on to attend Vere Technical High School, and you mentioned your elementary school as well. So take us to the child who started out before she got to Vere Technical. What was Ines Turner like?
Well, you know, let me say, I love to tell this story because I think it's very important because you still have youngsters that I feel like they have similar life, like, you know, how I got started. You know, my dad was one of the, you know, the farmer in Trelawney, you know, with lots of acres, and he has no boys. And so my dad would just wake up the girls, which is 4 of us. And he would just wake us up at a very young age, you know, 5, 6, 7 years old, just waking us up. And we would be the ones to go take care of those vegetables. Those, you know, you have to go and water them until they, you know, they start springing up. And every single morning, 5:30, 4:30, he would just wake us up. And before we do that, before we go and take care of that, he would just tell us, girls, go run them. And we wouldn't even understand why he was telling us go run. And we're like, what, go run? He said, remember, the dew, get the dew on your foot, you're going to be strong. So, as youngsters, we're not going to back talk our parents. We're going to do what they ask. And it's just funny how God just used that to help us to be running champions. We start going to school and, the teachers finding out. I remember the late Mr. Roy Henry. He was my first coach at Wait a Bit. He would just tell us to go run to a tree and come back and pick a limb, a leaf, and he will know who went and do that. And so we would just start. This is how he used to be our coach. Just tell us to go and do some mileage, come back, and from there we got to get to the Parishine, which is Falmouth, and we got there, and from there Dr. Paul Auden, anybody could remember that name. I got the opportunity to go visit Ferncourt High School, and at the time I was supposed to go to Ferncourt High School with Mr. Morris Wilson, but Dr. Auden came and he said, no, you're coming to VRTech.
Right.
And so went to their technical, and and from there it was just no turning back.
Well, you have certainly. And what was life like at Veer?
It was wonderful because I'm going to say this: when I went to Veer, I get there and I got my own bed, thank God. And I was running. I am like, whoa, my sisters and I, we don't have to share no double bed no more. I got my own bed. And listen, I used that opportunity to take me further. Just getting my own bunk bed makes me feel great. Like, okay, I am going to do more and then from there, Mr. Orton, Mr. Francis, the whole community, they were just supportive and they push us to the next level. When it comes on to discipline, and I truly admired and thanked them for it because this is definitely, it was building me for today when it comes on to me being over my own student athlete.
Love that. And you mentioned discipline, and our motto at VEER is knowledge, skill, and discipline.
Discipline,
yes,
no doubt.
And we remember Ben Francis very well. He had a passion for track and field. Yes, he
no
really
doubt at
invested in the sports activities there at Veer Technical. So we want to thank him. Now, I have two words. Because, we're not going to hide it. You have received all kinds of accolades. So I have two words: Hall of Fame.
Yes, ma'am.
Share that.
So I am 51 years old, and I feel accomplished, and I look at Hall of Fame from the junior college level up to the college level, up to my alma mater, the Texas State University. I am at the Hall of Fame at the JUCO level. I am on the Hall of Fame at the Penn Relays. I'm getting all these accolades. I just got a call today. I'm just going to wait until they send out the invitation. But I'm going to get honored again from our own people, and I'm just going to wait before I say something.
Anything else?
I am just honored, and I just really thank God for the journey. And I believe God used people like myself to motivate our youngsters, and that is why I just cannot leave it alone. I have so much to pour into our young people, and I just want to say thanks to everyone, the VRTech community, the Trelawney community, and everyone that is a part of our success, because guess what? As the world turns, you need people to help turn the world, and it starts with our young people.
Yes, absolutely. As the world turns, and we can't, no matter who we are, Inez, we can't do things on our own. And if we have gotten help, then we need to help someone else.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So we congratulate you, and we are looking forward to hearing the contents of that letter.
Definitely.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking with Ines Turner, and you might be saying, who, Lady D? Well, she is the head track and field coach at Fayetteville State University, a Jamaican, Olympian, past student of Vere Technical High School. So now you know. And she has really been giving us a flashback of how she started, where she is today, and we'll add where she's going. But in addition to that, Ines also spearheads the Turner Foundation, the Ines Turner Foundation. Tell us about the foundation, Ines.
Yes, I'm happy you mentioned that because I hold it dear to my heart. I am truly a really busy person. You know, I am doing a whole lot when it comes on to, you know, my days. But I have this foundation where, to be honest with you, anyone that calls in and give a donation, I will put together a little check and I will send it to there. And I have to start doing more with it because it is meant for girls, a movement of girls helping girls. The goal of the scholarship program is to assist disadvantaged young ladies as they progress through Vere Tech. And I did that because I remembered when I just started Vere and I needed a little money to buy a little soap, a little money to buy a little lotion, and, you know, just to help me throughout the first year. So I put together it's 4 levels, and I'm asking for anyone to donate $250 for each level. And now I am taking even more than the 4 level. I am blessed most of the year to get donation from Lacina Golin, Uncle Leroy, Mr. Alright Wade, Catherine Scott, my sisters, Denise and Yvette. So I'm asking for like a $250. Each levy is for $250. The $250 is to help the youngster when they start their tech, someone who is needing to help them to get their little, you know, their little feminine stuff together. At this point, I said if I get more than one, it can go to the boys as well. And so we just want to get something together. I was talking to another their technical alumni, and he said, Ines, we need to go further because we have to start thinking about reconstructing the dorm. We have to start thinking about a weight room. And so I want to do something, and I'm calling on all my ladies and all the guys too. But you know, the ladies will put some things together, and then we pull over the guys. But we need to start doing something more than just this. And I'm just reaching out to everyone. I just put something on my Facebook page because I have not gotten the opportunity to do anything after our late principal died. I went down, I got honored at the Jamalco meet in February, and I met the Vertec crew, and they look so good when it comes on to put the structure in. I love the way the coaches have those students. I got the opportunity to talk to them for a good 10 minutes, and they were there collecting my award with me because I want them to know that, look, I was that girl as well. I was in your shoe. So I want to reach out to everyone. I don't care how small it is at this point. I would love to present their tech a little check to help them with anything. It doesn't have to be just for their foundation. From the foundation, it can be anything to help them when it comes down to start buying some beds, a computer, whatever they want to do with that money, but to help our youngsters, because the face of the school in everything, even at Fayetteville State that I'm at now, the face of each program is each school. When you have a strong sports program, you want to send your children there. You want to send your child there. Sports help to develop our young people. And what we need to do at Vere is to come together, find some ways, get Sharika involved, get all the ladies. We have a very strong background when it comes on to the most Olympian that comes from any high school. It is Vere Technical High School.
That's
we
true.
have a name. We have some strong people that come from there, and we need to get together so we can do something. It's time for a track to be there. We have the most Olympian, and so I just want some people to start reaching out. I need some help in doing some things, and we are going to get it to the next level. We are going to get back their tech to the winning atmosphere.
That's right. Thank you for making that appeal. And there are persons who are listening. And how can, if they want to make the donation before I continue, because we're wrapping up soon, how can they do that?
So right now I have my information. They can just inbox me or just call me up. All my information is on the website here. I can give out my cell number. I don't care. It's to help Vertec. Everything that I collect, I will send everyone a letter to let them see what we got, what we put in, and everybody will get a little receipt. And my cell number is 336-686-3303. Again, 336-686-3303, or they can also email me at Inez_runs with an S at yahoo.com.
Okay, I've taken it down. So her telephone number is 336-686-3303, and her email, her first name, Inez, INEZ, _runs, RUNS, at yahoo.com. Got it, Inez?
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you for making an appeal through your foundation to benefit the students at Vere Technical High School in Hayes in Clarendon, Jamaica, West Indies. We have to be clear on that.
Yeah.
And now, a brief motivational speech to athletes. Athletes are competing in so many track and field meets leading up to this coming weekend here in Jamaica for the Girls and Boys Championships. Then in April, at the end of April, with the pen relays, and they want to get scholarships and they want to go on to make a name for themselves and to earn a living out of this career. You are a motivational speaker. You have been speaking across the country.
Yeah.
I give you the platform.
Okay. Well, as they started, as you said, there's so much that's going on. The Girls and Boys Championship, I can highly speak on that because I was a product of Boys and Girls Champ. And it is so amazing now. There's a lot of college coaches from all over the U.S. going down to give scholarship, and including myself. Thank God I have that platform to, give back as well from my school. And just to go out there, trust the process. You have already made your mark. You have already trained hard. I know many a times when you get to the championships, it can be nerve-wracking. But what I will always tell the athletes, you already prepare yourself. Relax and understand. In Jamaica, we would say easy does it. Train, push yourself through. Do not be afraid of any competitor. They want to win, you want to win too. And there's one thing you need to know. When they are tired, when you are tired, they may even feel worse. Understand that you have to do your best and push it to the next level, especially if you want to be that person that coach is looking for. They are not just only looking for the talent. They know we are all talented people, especially when it comes on to the Jamaicans. You have to make sure that discipline is right. And we know for sure, like myself, track and field has taken me from the little poor girl in Litchfield, Trelawney, straight up to where I am today. And it's because I push myself, I train hard, I believe in my talent, and I believe in my God.
That's right. That's the best motivational speech you've ever given in about 2 minutes. Wonderful. And so we are wrapping up, but I believe that you have really shared your heart this evening, Ines Turner, about who you are, where you come from, what you do, and what you'd like to see happen in the lives of other young women. So congratulations, you've sold us. You sell off and we bite. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. And now, to wrap it up, I have a fun segment for you. I'd like one word answers only. Are you ready?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, we have a fun segment.
Awesome.
Yes, we have a fun segment, and I would like one word answers only.
Okay.
All right. First one, community.
First one, community. Community people? I'm sorry.
We'll take that. All right. Opportunity.
Opportunity, greatness.
Okay. Fayetteville.
Fayetteville, Broncos, the Broncos.
All righty. Career.
Career, track and field coach.
Okay. Family.
Family, heart.
Mm-hmm.
Your heartbeat.
That's right. Vertech.
We're technical high school, the best of the best. I'm sorry, I said you said one word. The
best. Awards.
Awards, first place.
Dear Lord. So I should have said more than one word for this segment. Jamaica.
Jamaica Trelawney.
That's right. Where you come from. And finally, Ines Turner.
Ines Turner. I'm going to say Ines Turner, the woman.
Sure. All right. You know, I would say you fail, but you don't fail because
I know I fail. But you know what? I have some good answers.
That's what I was about to say. So I'll have to give it to you. But again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for accepting my invite to be a part of my show in honor of Women's History Month. Who's that lady? And so the lady this evening, Ines Turner. And as a past student of very technical high school myself, I feel very proud to know that you have gone on in such an esteemed manner. We appreciate you. Keep on doing what you're doing, and we will be hearing so much more about the contents of that letter.
Thank you so much.
All righty. So as we say, Inez, walk good.
Thank you so much, Lady D, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Blessings. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for Who's That Lady?
She built a railroad to freedom. She led the way for so many frightened and bonded souls. Tired and threatened with danger, she'd stop to pray, and her courage helped them to reach their goal.
And that's a wrap for Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, the community platform where information is guaranteed. I'd like to thank Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, for sponsoring the show. To my guest, Ines Turner, head track and field coach of Fayetteville State University, Jamaican Olympian, past student of Vere Technical High School, for joining me in Who's That Lady? To Touch FM Radio 90.1 in the Bronx, thank you for airing the show on your broadcast. And to our faithful listeners of Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM, what would I do without you? To my YouTubers, I see ya, I see ya, I see ya. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm looking forward to being back on Monday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern with the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And as you know, as a child, I would walk about the community in which I was raised in Penance in Clarendon. And when they could not find me for hours, they would come looking for me. And when they find me, they would come and say, Denise, you know, no time for go up. And so they will tell me to go up, go on up, go along up. And I would be heading my way up. And if they had a bit of a switch in hand, they would, you know, or give you the buff in the back kind of thing. And you want to cry, but you don't want nobody see. You remember that, don't you? I got enough of that. So it was my pleasure hosting the show. And so me a go on up now. A lot of love and blessings to everyone. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. My weekend begins today. So God willing, I'll see you on Monday. Mwah, I'm out of here.
The best ice cream factory located in Mount Vernon, 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Call and place your order at 914-699